Today's chat is definitely one I need, so I'm excited to unpack it and see where it goes. As you know, with these videos, I just go off the cuff and we see what happens. But something that's been coming up for me recently is a lot of anger, and it feels like a loose cannon, to be honest with you. And I'm trying my best to limit contact with people other than what I need because I am worried it's going to blow up on the wrong person, and I'm trying to manage it. Typically in life, I've brought it all inward, and that's caused a plethora of issues from health, disorders in thinking, in relating, passive aggressiveness, uh, eating disorders, what have you, right? And I see it as an opportunity right now to learn to manage it in a healthy way. But to be honest with you, there are moments where I feel so full of rage that I feel like I'm going to explode. And it's not only that, it's that there's a variety of things that keep happening in my world that are reminders of things that happened. I don't ask for these reminders, and it feels like the universe is putting these in front of me so I can see and so I can feel my anger and pain. And we're talking about things surfacing from really a long, long time ago to things surfacing pretty recently, to people that I don't want in my life showing up. And, it's, I feel like I'm in like a Jedi training program or something. And if you're on this channel and you're watching me, we're going to have to unpack this together. I always try to be authentic. I will say my energy feels like it's changing and morphing because I feel like I hit my limit on being able to hold it inward anymore. It felt like through the physical things that were happening that I might die. And I feel that this is just my body recalibrating. But the place I want to get to is detachment in all of these things that I have going on. And I think it's where we all should be, right? If we want to not be attached to things in life, if we want to have less pain and suffering. So, control. Let's talk a bit about control. Control is a sneaky one. It shows up in so many different ways. Control shows up in narratives we have, wanting us to be a certain way, present ourselves a certain way, for others to present themselves in a certain way. There's control when it comes to if you have an eating disorder, anything like that. I don't anymore, but I used to have a lot of problems with that, body image. And that's one thing I'll say. I started working out again recently, and I really like it. It's really good for my mental health, and I'm trying not to slip into something which I had before, which is just a hyperfixation, body dysmorphia, stuff like that. And I am easing back into it because I don't want the hyperfixation on how I can perfect every little thing. I haven't had that for years now, but admittedly, I also haven't I haven't cared that much. And there's things I learn. I'm always in a constant state of learning, but there's this one book called Reality Transurfing, and it talks so much about everything. Honestly, there's an abbreviated version that's like a 2-hour listen that gives you the main topics. If I can, I'll put it in here. It's an audiobook, but these are the these things, once you get a grasp of them and kind of keep them in the forefront, then they help you. It's things like pendulums, how energy moves, putting excess importance on things. Like, for instance, in this scenario, like if you have so much importance on what you look like, then it's just going to cause a lot of issues because you can't stay there, right? Everything's always in motion. And not only that, it just creates a lot of distortions. Anything that we put too much importance on can create a lot of distortions in reality. So that's why getting back to a place of detachment, not that you don't care, but you don't have excess care. And I'm really interested in this right now, but I'm also trying to honor the anger that's coming up for me and not pushing it down. It's like, it's such a dance and such a balance in this existence, like figuring out how to honor certain things that are coming up, but not let it take you over, and also not dismissing it, and also not adding more complexity to it, which makes it even a more behemoth that you can't even unravel. So, control. Yeah. Like, I think for me, we all have senses of control, right? as I move away from people pleasing, I've been on that journey for a while, but I still got so far to go. I still got so far to go. It's all tangled up. It's all tangled up. But that's control too. That's just manipulation. It's just the opposite of someone manipulating you for bad. People pleasers, they manipulate you so you feel good about them, right? You feel good in their presence. And this is like a skill, but it's also distortion. It's like a safety distortion, right? The only reason we would do that is if we didn't feel comfortable in some sort of way, or we felt like we had to do this because of certain reasons. But it's all distortions. There's just so many things of control. Even our narratives are controlling, right? Because if you create a narrative, normally our narratives are self-serving or self-deprecating. They can be that as well, but I think where I lean these days is narratives that are self-serving. And with that, I always question that. It's way better than self-deprecating, I'll tell you that much. That used to be my go-to, and then I flipped it. But the problem is, like in this reality, if you don't have that importance on yourself, then you're not going to grow. But it can be out of balance. Like, for instance, one thing that I noticed that's a narrative that always happens in my head, and it just feels like another mechanism of control, is that it feels like my life, it just truly does. It feels like I was meant to shake up everything in my lineage. It feels as if I am meant to go through immense amounts of pain to transmute it and to be better. And getting caught up in that narrative gives you this like a hero complex, right? That you're here to help. You're going to save yourself first. This is the narrative. This is just what is going on. And it's not like I'm choosing it. Maybe I chose it at one point. Maybe I didn't. Maybe it was just like a natural thing. But I have this hero complex where I feel like I'm going to go through all of these things within me. I'm going to go through all of these trials and tribulations. They're going to keep coming. Life is not going to get easier. If anything, it's going to get harder. And through that, I'm going to do a lot of good. And I'm going to do a lot of good along the way. And this narrative, although is better than like thinking like, life sucks and, everyone's out to get you, I'm actively thinking of how I can be and do good for myself and others. But the problem with this narrative is it adds too much importance to my story. And so with that, I get stuck in my head a lot and I overanalyze and I don't live my life because I'm forgetting what it means to be human. I'm forgetting that it's okay to be messy. It's okay to, if you have anger, for instance, which is coming up for me, to let that show, even if it hurts someone's feelings, or if I feel intuitively that I don't want someone in my life and I don't want to continue doing something, I can just honor that, right? I can just take those actions. I don't always have to think of how my actions are coming off towards others. That like hyperfixation has just caused me so many issues. And it makes you, unfortunately, it makes you be inauthentic and it makes you manipulate because you're manipulating things that would naturally occur in another way to put yourself in good light, And I think that's what anger is shaken up within me. I think it's showing me I can be abrasive. I can just cut people off. I can do whatever feels right for me, and that's okay. And it kind of sucks, like I was thinking about that recently. Like I kind of opened up things. I was talking to some people, and sometimes it was fine, but then some reactions that I got for me just being me or me prioritizing me just rubbed me so wrong. And that's my own stuff, right? That's my own stuff. But I just cut people off. And I'm not like that. I'm not normally like that. I'm normally like, let's figure it out. Let's dive into the details, And I'm like, absolutely not. Nope, absolutely not. And it's not personal, right? I'm on my own journey. I don't even know that you know what I mean? Like, I don't even know you people. And And it's probably not the viewers. These are people that like haven't even been watching my channel. You know what I'm saying? Like they're not even long. Anyways, but it's these changes that I'm choosing when the energy comes up. It's like, okay, do I want to lean into understanding, or do I just want to honor this intuitive feeling? And I think it's a byproduct of anger coming up, and trying to be authentic and being like, hey, wake up. You know, if you feel something in your gut for whatever reason, you don't need an explanation in your mind. You don't have to start the mind engine up and try to figure things out. Like, you just go. Like, it doesn't matter, you know? And to be honest with you, I don't know what the future looks like with that. I hope it takes me to a place of balance where this anger isn't maladaptive and doesn't cause havoc in my body. You know, it's well known that if people hold in their anger, they get so many chronic issues. And I already have some health issues. I already have gut issues. I get migraine. I have invisible health issues, right? I have those ones where you look at me, you're like, oh my God, no, you're not sick. You're not sick at all. You look great. I'm like, I look the way I look because I have such a limited diet that I barely eat food. I eat food, and that's not for my own stuff. That's just like what I have, you know what I mean? What I have to do. I get migraines anyway, so I have like not a plethora, like it depends on how you look at it. 2 ongoing ones, and then I have a new one that just emerged that like could be an issue if I don't get it resolved. So anyways, all this to say is taking anger inward is not the way. So how do we get to a place of detachment? I think we have to actually be genuine and go through the pains of all of our feelings, you know? And that can be hard, especially if you've ever been in situations where people use your feelings against you, right? Very manipulative people do that. Very insecure, fear-based people do that because they haven't used that. They haven't acknowledged that within themselves. And I can say that in a way that like, maybe I do the same, you know, and I just don't know it. Maybe, you know, there's things I'm going to see, you know, I don't, because what I notice, what's coming to mind is, you know, typically whatever we push away in ourselves, we push away in another. And there's like weird dynamics, right? So if I am someone who is not comfortable with her anger, I wonder how that's received, you know? Probably shutting down, not expressing fully. Because if I were to express fully, right, it's, yeah. Anyways, it's a whole journey, but you can't bypass it, right? So here's the thing. It's like, I have tried so much to mentally bypass some of this stuff, spiritual bypass, because it's like, oh no, I could just go over there, but I can't bypass my anger. Whatever's coming up, all the different things, like so many things are coming up. It's like things that like just haven't been processed. And I can't bypass it. I can't mentally go, oh no, kumbaya, let's just chill, right? It's like, no, I am angry. Maybe I should go start like boxing. I don't want to hurt anyone. Like, it's nothing like that, but it's like an immense amount of energy. It's like, what do I do? Like, I'm not even sleeping right. I just, I'm exercising a lot. I'm trying to process it. I'm probably going to keep making interesting things. I might make more things. I don't know. You know, when I was a kid, it felt like, and this is something I'm noticing kind of right now because I'm having this like surge of creating content. But when I was a child, the only way I ever got attention was through being angry. And that sounds really sad, and that's basically what it was. And it's really sad. But I don't know if I need to make any connections there. I think I'm just kind of saying. But yeah, the only attention I ever got was like negative attention, and I don't like that. I never got a proud of you. The first proud of you I got, okay, I don't want this to be like a trauma dump, but the first proud of you I got was literally a couple of years ago. Like, I never got a proud of you. I mean, damn, I'm going to sound like a psychopath, but I could literally count on like one hand how many hugs I've gotten from my parents. Maybe 2 hands, you know, if you put both of them together. But you know what I mean? It's like, how do you navigate this life? You know, not becoming the evil, not becoming the bad. What you do is you have to process your shit, right? You have to process it and you process it. And then you get stuck and you get in loops and you're misunderstood and you don't know what to do. And we're all on this journey, right? We're all on this journey. Or at least some of us are. Some of us aren't. Some of us are just like, just running rampant and not even looking at our shit. But, and that's sad because that creates so much negativity in the world. I don't feel super angry right now. I just feel very like I don't know what's next. I don't have a blueprint. I don't have any control. Like I know the reality where I don't speak fully. I know the reality where I people please. I know the reality where I stay in the status quo. I know that reality. The reality I'm moving towards, I have no idea. I have no idea. And it's cool in some ways, but it also feels like a death of sorts. And I hope it leads me towards detachment eventually through all these things. Because I don't believe we can have anything that's supercharged or that we're suppressing that doesn't have power over us in different ways. Maybe subtle, maybe direct. We gotta process it. Otherwise, we just keep looping in this reality, right? We just keep looping on the same things. The known, the known, the known. Gotta get out into the unknown. So, like I said, this video is mostly for me. Thanks so much for hanging out. Yeah, I might come off as crazy moving forward, and that's okay. And maybe I will go crazy. Maybe I am crazy. I don't know. I don't think so. What I do think, we'll end on this one. What I do think, though, is all the issues I've ever had have stemmed from stuff in my mind, right? Whether it was a story, a belief, a reality I couldn't face and I was looping in, some of these maladaptive things for control, whether it's drugs, whether it's, staying in dynamics that don't work for me. All of that stuff seems to have originated from the mind. If I followed the body, if I followed what I truly felt, where there's ease, right? Not necessarily it's perfect, but there's ease and and you're not trying to convince yourself of something else in your mind, putting people in a better light than they need to be. Then I think reality will be different. But again, it's in the unknown. But yeah, I think all these things, all the things I've gone through, some things I've been able to fix have all been mind stuff, mind issues, mind illnesses, right? But I can't bypass it. It's where I am right now. In my journey, I'm right here. So, anyways, thanks so much for watching. As always, I'll see you when I see you. Take care.